This is my story from $1,000 to 8 million in like 6 years or something. But my name is Sebastian Georgiou. Welcome to my video. Welcome to my channel. Most of you probably don't know who I am because I intend for this video to go viral. And in this video, I'm going to tell all of you guys about exactly how I went from $1,000 to $8 million. Now, keep in mind, my parents are from a communist country. They're from Romania. They moved here in 1988. They came with absolutely nothing. My dad, he worked hard when he moved here and he built up some money, but he lost everything in 2008. My parents got divorced and my mom was uneducated and did not speak good English. So she worked at Wendy's. She worked as a maid, cleaning people's houses, and she received very little income. We grew up in Detroit with her and my 3 older siblings living in a 2-bedroom apartment in a pretty ghetto area, not being able to afford much, obviously. So that's the starting point to now. I'm 23 years old. I have my dream car, my Audi R8 V10 Plus, completely paid off. My truck completely paid off. I'm building my dream house. It's a $3 million house. That's completely taken care of and done. I have a 7-figure company, a Google Ads agency actually, which I made another video on. And I don't know, this is stupid, but like I fly first class everywhere. Like I travel a lot. I'm able to spend a lot of money and just do really cool things, like buy watches and stuff. I paid off my mom's car. I bought my family a trip to Hawaii. And so it's great. It's been fun. And the journey from where I started to where I am now was an incredible journey. And I'm so excited to tell you guys about it. Let's just get into it. I just wanted to give you guys an update. So it all started in like 2005 and 2006. I had this idea that poisoned my mind. And it was this idea that I needed to be wealthy. This was given and programmed to me throughout my childhood because I would constantly hear my mom say over and over and over again, "Nu avem bani," which is we don't have money in Romanian. "Nu avem bani, nu avem bani." So like it haunted me. And I noticed that a lot of the times growing up, like kids would ask me why I don't have cooler shoes or different clothes. And it would be because we didn't have money. And I remember like I couldn't even afford when I went out with my friends, my mom couldn't give me money and I couldn't buy food and they just looked at me weird. So there was a lot of embarrassment associated with the fact that we didn't have money growing up. And so I wanted to fit in and I wanted to be a normal person, a normal kid, like any kid does. So from a very young age, I wanted to be wealthy. I wanted to make a lot of money because I understood the pain that it caused me. And I saw what normal, I guess, was like. That's when it started. That's where it came from. I remember one time a couple of years later, I was actually in 6th grade or 7th grade and the electricity in my house went out. My mom couldn't afford the electricity bill. And like, I understood what was going on at the time, but since we didn't have electricity, I couldn't use the stove to cook food, before school. So I actually lit up a candle and fried an egg on the candle, which took forever and it didn't really work out. And I think I ended up throwing it away anyway, but it was just something that stood out. And I remembered, I was like, damn, like I can't even fry an egg. Like this sucks. So yeah, that's one story that stands out a lot to me. And it's a story that some of my like OG fans might know, but I wanted to bring that up again because I think that's a good staple in my childhood. Like from there to here, it's great. Like it's cool. I remember at some point during that age, I wanted to become a neurosurgeon because neurosurgeons make a lot of money and they help people. I remember reading that they make like $350,000, $400,000 a year, which at the time seemed like quite a lot of money. So that's what I was going to do forever. I actually ended up like drawing art about it and really getting into it. I had made a decision that eventually, since I'm gonna have to pay for my own college, I'm gonna have to be a nurse and then I'm gonna save money, pay off my debt, and then eventually put myself through med school and then go and become a neurosurgeon. So that was my plan from before I was even in high school. Now, fast forward a few years, I go to high school, I go through puberty and whatever, make some friends, and I get my first job at Taco Bell and KFC. And I start making about, what is it, like $8.25 an hour or something like that. I remember my first paycheck was $90 and I was like, damn, like I can go and buy like a shirt from Vans. I can go and like buy new shoes. Like it was incredible, such a good feeling. So I got my first taste of money, my first lick of it at Taco Bell, and I was like, I want more of this. I didn't work there for very long, and I heard about a car wash job where people get paid a lot in tips. So it was the same hourly, but you get tips every day. So I went to the car wash and I started vacuuming my life away, making like, I think it was $8 or $9 an hour, and then walking away with like between $20 and $50 every day in tips. So making better money there. I did that for some time. I was continuing to save up and grind, and then I went and got a sales job, like a auto glass sales job at the car wash. So I was selling people's windshield. And now at this time I was making like about $300 to $500 per week. So I was still doing pretty good for my age. I was still in high school at this time, but I was saving up everything and trying to build up as much money as possible. My only goal was to get a G35 so I could show off to all my friends. And that's eventually what I did end up buying. So I was very proud of myself that I was able to get that car in high school. And I was definitely like, like kind of a cool kid because, the G35. So I suppose that's where like my love of attention, I suppose that's where it comes from. Anyway, I started saving enough money and then eventually I had enough to flip cars. Now, just quick thing, I'm skipping a lot of stories. Like I sold muffins at school. I flipped go-karts. I worked a caregiving job as well, but I'm just skipping those. They aren't as interesting. Anyway, fast forward.